Hello, 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 hello. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're watching from. Welcome to pre-market analysis for, what shall we say? Put scalping Tuesday on this stock market technical analysis for December 29, 2020. Wow, I cannot believe it. The countdown to the end of the year. So we have 3 trading days for 2020. What's the final counts? What would be the final counts on here? All right, let's say greet some of our dedicated folks, yeah, because I mean, I don't care where you are, definitely finding the motivation of being here at this time. I know for me, guys, it has been the last let's say the last few days because it started last week. Like, oh, must I really get up? Well, it's 5:52 a.m. Pacific time. For me in Southern California, it's currently 8:52 Eastern in Toronto and in New York. Wherever you're watching from, I'm sure you are making it a dedication, and maybe for some people it's natural, but for me, I can definitely feel that end of the year just slowing down a little bit. So let's say hello to Lorraine in here, Mr. Donny. Hello, Mr. Ryan. How are you? Miss Marcy, how are you? And Old School in the Money. Good morning, everybody, and those in the background. All right. So for the stock market technical analysis, as you know, we like to take a view of the US equity market from 30,000 feet, 3,000 feet, Telex, come on, 30,000 feet by looking at the main ETFs, mainly SPY, QQQ, IWM, and then we dive into more specific stock where we can have opportunity to trade. This week is going to be a short week. I think, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, please. I believe that there is a full trading session on Thursday. So the last day of the year, unlike uh, Christmas Eve day, last Thursday, where we close at 1 p.m. Eastern. I think I haven't seen any notification, but I need to check again. Which the value of that or the characteristic of that will be that for our beloved SPY, SPY will have back-to-back expiration days tomorrow and Thursday. So that's by sense, we can definitely strategize around that, right? So we can offset our trade in terms of, hey, if we are trading a trend for a specific expiration, let's say, for instance, Thursday, meaning the main position, the hedge can be on Wednesday, and or vice versa. So that's definitely something that's available to us as well. All right, so let's say on here, yesterday I noticed some type of trend. Yesterday was a day of the have and the have not. I'm going to explain what that is, meaning that though the market gapped yesterday, and so instead of me saying that, let me actually show you by also just bringing up SPY charts on here to show what transpired yesterday. So let's bring the daily chart. So this is the 15-minute chart. Maybe we can start there. So this is the 15-minute chart. We can clearly see the gap from the previous day close, that being Thursday, December the 24th. So we close at what? The closing on the 24th was at 369.0 thereabout, and then we gap to 371. Remember again, folks, that's 3 points that we have been telling you all about all year long. Yeah, all year long, that strategy, the gap on SPY will be about of that magnitude, meaning that if for you that was your criteria of actually we traded this, yeah. So the 372 calls, we had them. I mean, they were not. There wasn't anything sensational or superb. So within, let's say, an hour or so, they got in the money and pretty much they got stalled on there. So about, let's say, what's the time here? You guys cannot see the time as usual. Jesus, let me just. I'm trying to just make sure that okay, you can see the time. My scale on here, it's very bad. How can I make these things smaller? Okay, for the love of me, I'm struggling to just be able to show the time. And okay, maybe this is better just because we're on a 15 minutes. So the time is at the bottom, right? When I hover on any candle. So, but then we need to be able to see. Uh, so within, let's say, which candle was that? Like the fourth or third candle? The fourth candle, fourth, fifth candle. I'm just gonna make it like this, Chase. So was the high of the day was reached yesterday on SPY on the 15-minute chart after the fifth candle. Yeah. So that just gives you the time on the initial time here will be 9:30 Eastern on the first candle. So 9:45, 10, 10:15, and so 10:30 Eastern thereabout. And then so that was 372.24, and then we went into sideways until hitting 372.57 about with an hour and 30 minutes to go, and then eventually it had fake into the 372 put, went a little bit in the money, but definitely had fake. Actually, they at some point they were at 17 cents, and then they went all the way maybe to 35, 30. So yeah, but as usual, it was like see it and trade it, which is like it wasn't much of it. Well, it was a move, obviously that's 100%, but wasn't more of a something consistent to fully take advantage of. So that was the gap. So while SPY was doing this, let me maybe look at the daily chart. Hopefully on the daily chart, I am able to provide a bigger view. So there's that gap now, folks. Yeah. So we only have 3 days before the end of the year. Will the gap be filled next year? Will it be filled this year? Not that gap, all gaps have to be filled, right? I mean, SPY, look at this. This is a gap here. It wasn't filled. You guys can see that. Here's another gap here. It hasn't been filled. So not that all gaps have to be filled, but it's just, hey, that's the type of market that we have been trading. And similarly, very quickly on the Qs, some of the Qs were definitely on fuego yesterday, right? Namely, who? Apple, Facebook, Amazon. So those were the one sustaining that bullish momentum as of yesterday. So all-time high on QQQ here, 312. 312, and this morning pre-market we are printing 314, folks. What can we what else can we ask for? Life couldn't be any better than that. So while all of this was going, I want to bring you some stock that some high flyers actually this year that just were all bearish. Yeah, I don't know if you were able to catch some of them. So let me try on here. So on my list on here, I'm using, let's say, I'm looking, you see me looking down, I'm looking at, I'm just using my my phone screen. There's this app, some of you, I may have talked to you about it. It's a free app that I have on my phone called Teletrader, and it helps me for charting, and it's, you should try it. So you should try it. They even have a section called hot stocks. So meaning that it gives you is like a screener, but it's just very popular stock. And then they will have a section a section for big how do they call it? The winners and losers. So meaning the bullish one on and then the bearish one. So on the bullish one yesterday, you will find Apple, and this is updated live, obviously, as the markets open. Apple, Amazon, Facebook were in there, Norwegian Cruise were in there, Carnival Corp were in there. So those were the big moving stock yesterday. But while all of this was happening, hey, let me bring you some stock that were definitely not feeling that bullish momentum. Let's bring you, for instance, this is a one of the best stocks in 2020, right? This was Etsy. It's easy for me to say that was Etsy. Okay, Jesus. Let's move this screen here. So this is Etsy. Yeah. And if I minimize it, okay, that's better. Look at the candle yesterday, folks. Yeah, that's just yesterday. It's like a slight gap from 190 to 193, post a high of 194, and then the rest of the day proceeded to sell off almost 20 points. I don't know about you, but I mean, and it didn't take that long. Actually, let's do a better job here. most of the candles, the stock that traded bearishly yesterday, they have the same pattern. I was sharing yesterday with a couple of traders in our coaching session. Within the first hour, folks, yeah, how do we know? Well, shy of taking, yeah, actually here we can see the timeline. So the first candle here is 6:30 Pacific, that's 9:30 Eastern, and look what the low of the day was, 7:15. So within the first hour. So how to get how for us to get into this type of trade? Well, obviously this first big candle on here will have been the ideal entry, right? So if you set up, let's say, your screener on Finways, or if you are using this app, then you will have caught this at some point on here, and then traded it, let's say, for how many points? 185 to 176. That's definitely produced some good gain. So HC exhibit number one of high flyer. So HC stock, if you don't know HC stock, how much HC stock was up year to year, year to date, over 146%, right? So we have shown HC stock on here, but if you haven't been with us in the past, let's quickly take a look at HC. Where did HC start the year? Seems like a long time ago, January 2020, right? So HC was a $45 stock, folks, in January. Yeah? And here we are, December. Fast forward in December, HC is was trading at almost $200. Yeah, or who are we kidding? 197 last week. So is it a case of people really taking profits at year end here? So for me, one of the things that we have mentioned here is the ability to trade momentum, to recognize momentum, right? I'm not saying that, hey, there is a momentum that's starting, but when a stock does something like this on a Monday, I sure will make sure that I'm checking it out on Tuesday. So that was one of them. The other one was none other than Yahoo Stock of the Year. I think Zoom. Is that the stock of the year? Yeah, I think that's what they said. That's what Yahoo said, right? So this is how stock of the year has been trading, actually, folks, since he posted a whooping 588 price tag mid-October. Since then, it has just been trending down, folks. Yeah. So this one here is a bearish trend. How can we recognize a bearish trend here? Well, let's say, how about being below the moving averages? So here is, so the first time that happened after posting this all-time here, that was October the 20th. That's the date there that you guys unfortunately cannot see. The stock has barely managed to sustain a couple of days run, closing above both the EMA 8 and EMA 20, which are in our EMA 8 is in yellow and our EMA 20 is in green. So then yesterday it's touching the lower Bollinger. Yesterday Zoom lost 6.31%. Yeah, that candle there. Obviously, yeah, the size of the candle is misleading because since it's $370 something stock, so the open was at 373. It posted a high of the open was at 370.40. It posted a high of 373, and the low of the day was 349. Yeah. So to the question, how do we find stock to trade? Well, I mean, that's a couple on that we had yesterday. What else? Let's say, so that's HC, Zoom. Let me show you another one that we've talked about. Maybe I think last week, if I don't recall, there was, look at Peloton, folks. This is Peloton. Open yesterday 164, high of 164.40, meaning that never had any type of bullish momentum, and then the low at 151.67. If we go to the 15-minute chart, pretty much carbon copy of the other ones. First big sell-off candle, and then within the hour, and then the rest of the day sideways, as the algo love to do, right? So that's what I was talking about, a tale of two worlds. The other one, let's say, so we talk about Peloton, Etsy, Doku. Yeah, this is another high flyer because I remember this one. I can go with it in my Weibo paper trading. Yep, same pattern, folks. four four big candles and then sideways and then a drop. But I want you, if you like, please, I'm inviting you to study this bearish type of setup, because one of the lessons to be learned on here is what how will you have managed this trade? Will you have stayed in the trade for this long to wait for this, or depending, so, and why? Like, trying to convince yourself of that. So there are quite a few like that. The other one that had a similar pattern, and we share that with our traders in our Discord. That trade really challenged. I was trading that, so it challenged me a great deal. Let's see what it was, B1. Yeah, the one chart looked exactly like the other one. Look, this 15-minute chart, it's a carbon copy, folks. Yeah, so meaning the algos, they were doing something yesterday with certain type of stocks. So let's be on the lookout, folks, as we're getting to the close of the year. And now, obviously, and this morning, B1 is gapping up $2 after pretty much being bearish the entire day. So this chart is bearish from the get-go. How can we convince ourselves of that? Once the candle start printing lower lows below VWAP, it never, other than this candle on here in the middle, that's what time is this? 9:15 Pacific, 12:15 Eastern. That green candle closed above exponential moving average 8, but still below VWAP. And the next candle is a red candle, rejection candle, and then proceeded to post a lower low. So interesting this morning is gapping up $2. Go figure. Yeah. So those are the scenario where we love put scalping Tuesday. So the daily chart of this is the daily chart for B1. It just has been since mid October. It went on a rally, a massive rally. So bottom here has been, we see support on here in the 120s thereabout in the past. So what are they going to do today? They are going to fake this gap up, and then what? And then to come back tomorrow or the day after tomorrow to post a lower low. So for us, we are very intrigued. So we are following our trade on that. We took mostly puts on there, but we hedged with some calls. So we will be keen into just being patient over the next couple of days on here to see what they have in store for us. Because after this long consolidation on here, just breaking down, there's nothing bullish about that. Yeah, there's nothing bullish about that. So be on the lookout here as the year, the stock market's coming toward the end of the year. The algos, they definitely have the ability to it's like stock picking at its best, because algos will sell certain type of stocks, and for us, we know how to trade in both directions. All right, so I want you to share that this morning, because that's something that I observed yesterday. Obviously, now people will say, "Hey, could you not show us the bullish one?" Okay, fine. So the bullish one, Apple was up yesterday. If I have to tell you that Apple was up yesterday, hey, look at Apple, was up, gapping up. Outside of the upper Bollinger, mind you, yeah. What can go wrong with a stock being outside of the upper Bollinger? Nothing. So this morning, Apple actually is printing 138.30. That 138 number, price tag or strike price, if you are trading within this successful trading subscription trade alerts, I think that was the strike price that we have for Apple this week. So meaning those options will be opening in the money. So what's other one had a similar type of bullish day yesterday? That will be Facebook. Yeah, Facebook hasn't been doing much. Yeah, I mean, as much as Apple is attacking the upper Bollinger, Facebook actually has been very dull over the last month or so. I mean, there hasn't been any type of momentum, sustained momentum on here in either direction, to be honest. But the support has been around this area. You see, so 3 days ago, it posted a low of 264. Well, for deep buyers, I'm not a deep buyer, folks. I don't buy the deep, trust me. I buy cheap option, but not so much because it's at the deep or anything. So, so 265, and then 3 days later, here you are. Congratulations, Facebook is posting. Is now trying to go above both the EMA 8 and EMA 20 respectively in yellow and in green. So those were the stock that were sustaining um, the ETF yesterday. Let's see if we have any question on here before we move on. What is the name of the app? Oh, the name of the app, it's TeleTrader. And actually, let me provide you with a video how to set it up. I think we did a review a long time ago on this app. So let me go here and bring TeleTrader. So how to use TeleTrader app versus, yeah. So let me just get the link of it. It's just a tiny app. It's free. You install it on your phone. But for me, I like it because it's practical. I don't need to be in front of the computer to do technical analysis charting on. So, oh yeah. So link for setting up TeleTrader app on your phone. All right. All right. So we had other people who joined. Hey, okay, we have a trader here. Name is Exit. Hello, Exit. Welcome. Welcome. We say hello. I think we greeted Mrs. Festus and NL for beta. Beta. All right. So. Right. So let's say 99913. What do we have this morning? Let's go to Finways. I felt bad. Not felt bad. I mean, there are so many things that you can trade, right? So yesterday in one of our coaching session, we stumbled onto Weibo stock. It had earnings, right? So meaning, but it had earnings. So the situation for those who know our Gangsta Trade on earnings, but the stock didn't gap. Yeah. So, but I don't even know. It was just randomly that I stumbled upon it yesterday. But it had a very bearish day of down 6% or something, and the options were really really cheap. I mean, for the sense that you could have gotten in, I don't know, 17 cents. Was that what we saw? If that was the case. So again, the value that the benefits, if you will, of this tool on here is to give us the ability to scan pre-market and during the live session. All right. So our setup, I think, if you have been here at least one time, they are not. You're all familiar with them. So optionable over $20 or whatever price you want, and then the volume you can vary that as well. So for those who do not know, who are new here, you can actually scan for any stock that have, let's say, earnings this week, today, tomorrow, this week, yesterday, next 5 days, or whatever. Let's, for instance, say, I think we checked yesterday. Let's say if I say today, there's none. Yeah. So if I said yesterday after market close, at least there's none that matches this criteria. Yeah. If I change this criteria, the filters on here, you're bound to see something. It's not earning season yet. Our next window of a big earning season is January 15 through February 15. So we are about 3 weeks away from earning. You know how excited we are here during earning season. So that's definitely something we will be looking towards. So let's say yesterday after market close, nope, we have no return on the next 5 days. Nothing either. But yesterday, definitely WB, that's the Weibo stock on there. So in that case, what else can we scan for here? Well, we can definitely be content with this. We have other qualifier type of signal on here on Finwiz. We can look for upgrades. I mean, typically analysts do not do upgrade or downgrade in December. Oh, there is one. Here we go. I was about to say, analysts do not do upgrade or downgrade in December. Oh, you were wrong, Telex. Yeah. This is a stock that was downgraded. Oh, my goodness. Another biotechnology stock on here. I mean, look at that chart. From 100 yesterday to 55. Minus, that was, is this pre-market? Oh, boy, if this is pre-market, definitely. Wow. Minus 40.21%. Not too shabby. Yeah. I've never traded this stock. I'm not familiar with it, but I'm guessing that this was yesterday. Well, we can actually find out. So let's say all, and then if we toggle here back and forth, if this is today, yep, this is today, folks. Oh boy, imagine being short on this one. Yeah, well, I don't know if that's most people. So you're waking up, you're short onto this one. The stock was almost $100 yesterday, and this morning is having one of those haircuts, $54 for your trouble, and almost 1 million shares in volume in pre-market. Whoop, whoop. Not too shabby. So what do we see on here? So the thing here is that when you do this kind of ride, you need to be familiar with some of the stock, because though they're optionable, I can guarantee you, like this list that we see here, in the top 10, I have never traded in, well, Moderna, maybe I've traded Moderna once, maybe once, but the rest of, okay, here's Peloton, right? So let me move it a little bit up so you can see Peloton. So we talked about Peloton, folks, right? You saw the big candle, that's the big red candle from yesterday. Those are the type of momentum trade that you are to follow, yeah? So because there's that huge gap that it could be looking to fill as of now. So this is the type of analysis in pre-market that will get you into stock to trade, because already moving, well, it signaled itself yesterday with a big move already. So whenever a stock move big in either direction on a given day, the next following days, it will attract traders, either for that momentum to continue or for it to swing the other direction. That's just the nature of the stock market. So I think, was it, let's go again to those big three that we gave you that lost big yesterday. So Peloton was one of them, HC was another one, I think Zoom was the other one, and Doku as well. Okta was another one on that list. So all right, so that's what's going on here on the bearish side. So Peloton is the stock that we are familiar with a little bit. So on the bullish side, I have no idea. ALKS Alkermes. Okay, fantastic. $22. Oh, Snap. Okay, Snap. Oh, Snap indeed. Snap indeed. Oh boy. So yesterday, Snap was bearish. How can we tell? You can see the candle yesterday candle. The candle this morning that you see there plus 5% is reflecting the pre-market move. So from bearish yesterday to bullish today, because I think it was losing almost at some point yesterday. How much it was down? Maybe 4% or so. So this morning, Snap is gapping. All right, folks. So you may consider that's one for a gangster trade. Oh Lord, must we talk about this one? Hubba. So here we are. Baba could not save his life yesterday, crossing 224. He spent like 4 hours between 222 and 223 yesterday, and this morning, bam bam, plus 4% at 231. Not to my taste. I pass. Yeah, I guarantee you guys, I pass. So I'm not interested in this stock anymore. If I take a trade on Baba, my next trade on Baba, I mean, that's just me, right? Because I've seen this movie ending poorly on other stock, but I mean, Baba can go sideways. Let me go back over that chart. You see, between the beginning of December and the recent 3 days, look at that sideways action on there. There is no making money on there, and that's the risk with stock like Baba. For me, as of now, I think I've witnessed Baidu at some point, was it 2 years ago, 2017, 2018, where the stock reached like 270 and it just went into one of those spinning wheels all the way to, let's even say, less than $100, right? JD did the same thing a couple of years ago. As of now, folks, don't take it from me, but we may be looking a few months from now thinking that, oh my goodness, 231 was actually still expensive. I kid you not, because this stock was 320 about a couple of months ago. Here's at 231. The gap that you see there is going to attract a lot of bulls this morning, I guarantee you, because the natural reaction for everybody is to say, hey, look at the gap that created. I'm talking about I'm showing the chart of Baba just with hovering, right? There's a huge gap where the 231 is right now to maybe 250, right? the notion is that, oh, that gap will be filled. I will not be so inclining to that. Yeah. Like if anything you ask me right now for me, I will let Baba run a little bit and I will take a far away short position on Baba. I kid you not, because it has just been through too hectic. But for my take, there are other stock to trade than Baba. That's just my point. Here's a WB, the Weibo stock we were talking about. Let me show over that. You see that candle? So the current tiny green candle is today. Yesterday was that big candle, and that big candle, red candle. Look how the previous 3 days, yeah, you almost had like a double top, if you will, at 46, and then it put in a small, decent first red candle, second red candle, third day momentum, the flush day. Well, that was in preparation for the earnings, but it didn't gap after the earnings were announced. So meaning it was pretty much flat, and then during the session, it just went down. Okay, folks, it's 9:22. Let's give everybody about 7 to 8 minutes back of the time so that you can reset. And for me, I mean, end of the year, the last 3 days of the week, I'm really just going to be looking to do some scalping today for the most part. I'm not committing into anything. The end of the year can be hectic on here. Everything is green as of now, but I will be expecting, if not today, tomorrow. Well, we have 3 days, right? When will there be kind of not a sell-off or anything, but usually something unusual will be happening one of these 3 days. So I will be on the lookout for that, mainly tomorrow and Thursday, because we know that SPY have back-to-back expiration date. And if you are new here, we will tell you all about it tomorrow, how we love trading SPY on expiration day. Until then, have a great day, have a great trading session, and we will catch you on another live episode of the Stock Market Technical Analysis tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody. Sorry, Mr. Ryan, I wasn't looking on here. I mean, I'm not sure what you want to address on Snap. If you like Snap, it's gapping. You can start trade it, and I'm not sure about Pfizer. Please, I didn't plan on talking about that. Sorry about that. I wasn't looking at the live feed.